This video focuses on academic integrity. So, what is academic integrity? Academic integrity is a commitment to and a demonstration of honesty and fairness in your work. That means everything you hand in for this course, whether it's some questions, a quiz, an assignment, an exam, you are representing yourself and your work honestly and fairly. Now, if someone is dishonest, if someone does not represent themselves or their work fairly, at Norquest, we call that an academic misconduct. This is anytime someone gives, takes, or presents information dishonestly for academic gain. So, someone is dishonest for academic gain. That is an academic misconduct. And there's kind of two types: plagiarism and cheating. Let's talk about plagiarism first. Plagiarism is taking someone else's work and representing it as your own. So let's say a student went online, found a quote, found a phrase, found a paragraph, or even just found someone else's idea and wants to include that in their own work, and they represent it as their own. They're saying, "This is my work." That is dishonest. That is plagiarism. It could also be maybe, finding a sentence online and manipulating it, changing a word here, changing the phrasing, reorganizing it. That's also plagiarism. That was someone else's idea, someone else's original sentence that's just been manipulated. That's still dishonest. It's not an original idea. It's a manipulation of someone else's. That is plagiarism. Similarly, if someone were to submit an assignment with a misleading reference, like let's say there's a citation on the bottom and it says, "Oh, I got this from this website," and it actually didn't come from that website. If you're misleading about where the information came from, that would also be plagiarism. In every case, it's representing someone else's work as your own. So if that's plagiarism, what's cheating? Cheating, it's a little bit more straightforward. It's using some unauthorized means, again, to gain some academic advantage or to assist others to get some sort of academic advantage. This could be using a source that isn't authorized by the test or by the assignment. Say maybe going to a website, or in math, maybe using a calculator when a calculator isn't authorized. It could also be maybe having evaluation materials beforehand, like getting a copy of the questions or getting a copy of the exam before it's given by the instructor. It could also be collaborating on something when collaboration hasn't been permitted. Like maybe say there's an exam or an assignment where it's an individual assignment. If a group of people are working on that, that is using unauthorized means to gain some sort of academic advantage, that's cheating. So whether it's cheating, whether it's plagiarism, both of these are academic misconducts. So what happens if an instructor suspects academic misconduct? It's a pretty clear process. If an instructor suspects academic misconduct, the first thing they'll do is contact the student. They'll say, "Here's what I suspect." Maybe they'll say, "I suspect plagiarism has occurred here. Here's the evidence I have." Maybe they'll say, "This is similar to this here. Here's the evidence of plagiarism." And then they'll offer a sanction. They'll say, specifically in this course, that you would receive a 0 on that exam, on that quiz, on that assignment, and you wouldn't have the opportunity to redo that assignment, that quiz. So again, the instructor suspects, offers evidence, and then gives a sanction. And they tell this to the student, and they also send it to the Office of Student Judicial Affairs. So the OSJA kind of, they take what the instructor says, but they also listen to you, the student. You have the right and the responsibility to add your voice to this conversation. So the instructor has said, "I suspect, here's the evidence I have, and here's the sanction." The student has the opportunity and the right to say, "Here's my side of the story. Here's my perspective. Here's how it happened in my words." The OSJA and leadership then make a decision. Did academic misconduct occur? Is the sanction fair? OSJA and Norquest leadership make that decision. However, if it's the second time, it automatically goes to a hearing panel. So the student, the instructor, other faculty, other students, other leadership meet and have a larger discussion about academic integrity. So if that's an academic misconduct, we want to avoid those. How can we avoid having an academic misconduct of plagiarism or cheating? It's really straightforward. Part one, even, I mean, there's not much on the page here. It's that straightforward. Number one, just submit your own work and don't use external sources. Like, say, for example, it's an assignment. If you're just writing your own words there, you're not going to external sources, you're not looking things up, you're not researching, you will avoid academic misconduct, guaranteed. Where problems start is where someone maybe looks something up or goes to an external source or finds something. Those ideas and phrases and words can leach their way intentionally or unintentionally into that student's work. And that's where the problems begin. So, the easiest, surefire way to avoid an academic misconduct is just to submit your own work. Don't use external resources. Also, if it is required, for example, one assignment in this course, you'll need to include some images. You want to give credit to where you got those, where they were sourced from. In those cases, you'll give a citation and say, here is where this image came from, or here is where this music came from. So if you do need to use an external source, include a citation. But again, for the majority of work in this course, all you have to do is present your own work, and that doesn't require external sources. Next, we're going to ask you to complete the Academic Integrity Pledge. Based on what I've said in this video, if you go down below, there's an option to click Attempt. When you click Attempt, you'll see this. It's the Academic Integrity Pledge for online courses. I'd ask that you read through it, make sure you understand it. There's a pledge in there saying that you agree to this pledge. Below that, then you have two choices. You can say, yes, I understand, and I agree to the above pledge. Now, let's say something I've said in this video or something that is written in that pledge you don't understand, please contact your instructor. If there's something in the pledge or something I've said you don't agree to, please contact your instructor. Once you've completed this academic integrity pledge, you're ready to start the course and you'll be allowed to proceed. However, if there's something you don't understand or you don't agree with, again, contact your instructor and they can work through that and help you start the course. So that's a brief discussion of academic integrity. Again, make sure to complete the quiz or the pledge below. And if you have any questions, please contact your instructor.